As for temperatures, San Francisco 59, 57 in both Concord and Livermore right now. Cloud cover working its way inland, and it's going to take quite some time for all this cloud cover to burn off. And as a result, that's really going to limit our heating for today. So temperatures between 5 and 10 degrees cooler than what we experienced yesterday. But all in all, pretty comfortable conditions for just about everyone. Here's a look at satellite and radar. We do have high pressure building in over the eastern Pacific. But what that means is the storm track will be guided to the north. We're not going to see any rain for at least the next week. We're not done with it quite yet. Let's zoom in here. Light rain right now entering the Sunset District, Ocean Beach, San Francisco. Just some light rain reported right now for Stinson Beach, and it may affect your ride heading down the Golden Gate Bridge. It's moving its way into Pacifica, and then it's going to continue to work its way east. So within the next 15 to 20 minutes, you could be waking up to some sprinkles in the Oakland area. We're getting a lot of snow, fresh powder with this system. So that's certainly good news for all the skiers and boarders, all the folks heading up to Tahoe for the weekend. But just drive cautiously. We do have some delays on Interstate 80, chain control in effect. Now with this system, we have a winter weather advisory in effect through 4 this afternoon. 6 to 7 inches at 7,000 feet, a little less than that at lake level. Today's going to be the last very warm day because tomorrow's going to be a transition day. Temperatures will back off. We'll see an increase in cloud cover, but I think the rain really holds off until about Saturday morning. Take a look at Futurecast. Here's the first sign of that system here on satellite and radar. You can see it affecting the coastline of the Pacific Northwest. It's going to sag southward, but again, it's going to take some time to get to us. Zooming in, just dealing with cloudy conditions right now. Rain doesn't arrive until probably after your evening commute. So as we take a look at the 8 o'clock hour, light rain arriving in Santa Rosa. Just can't get over how gorgeous that shot was of the Embarcadero. That's the first time I've seen it where it wasn't completely socked in with fog. Yeah, because for the past couple of mornings, we've been dealing with very dense fog around the Bay Area. Worst of it in the inland East Bay interior spots, but it did push its way into the Bay. Pacifica about 4/10 of an inch, and then I do want to add something to the list. Erica's house, 0. I didn't get a raindrop at all. It was completely dry at my house. Temperatures will warm up nicely here. So mid-70s down the East Bay shoreline. Daly City hitting a high of 68, mid-70s in Sunnyvale and San Jose. So warm weather on tap for today. Is going to be the warmest of the week, but gradually cooler conditions, even perhaps a few showers as we head into early next week. The full details on that, your extended forecast in 15 minutes.
Erica, that we were talking about, but fortunately you were saying that the wind is not that strong at this point, so it won't carry it in a very rapid manner.
Yeah, that's right. And there are a couple of things I can observe just from looking at this live picture, Marty. First off, the smoke is blowing straight up, meaning the wind is actually dying down. Last time I checked, we were dealing with sustained winds at about 6 miles per hour in the area. I don't think that's the case anymore because you can see that the wind isn't shifting the smoke either to the left or to the right of the screen. Another thing we can tell from this live picture is the color of the smoke. It is that darker gray, meaning that it's still actively burning. And if we'd see that white smoke, that means that the firefighters really would get a handle on it and that the fire was out. So this is something we will continue to monitor. We don't have any shelter in places in effect just yet, but the heavy smoke is concentrated in the few blocks next to the area. So a lot of those folks probably would want to stay indoors. So this is something we will continue to follow. As always, if you have any pictures, shoot us an email to breakingnews@cron4.com. Now I want to turn our attention to local weather because a lot of folks will be outside. It's a holiday weekend, and today's also Valentine's Day. So clear conditions as we take a live look at SFO. Temperatures starting to climb. You can thank the sunshine for that. Oakland 51, 53 for San Francisco. Fairfield right now at 49, and temperatures will only continue to rise. We are looking at the possibility of record highs later on today. Pretty similar conditions as we head into tomorrow. Now a gradual cool down as we head into early next week, but I'll talk about when we could finally see some rain back in the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
The radar, which is fairly active this morning.
Yeah, keep in mind, James, this system continues to work its way east. So in my last report, we saw the heaviest rain hugging the East Bay shoreline, but now it's heading through the San Ramon Valley.
Okay.
And you can actually see pretty much the end of this system. We're not seeing a lot of activity off the coast. So this is actually pushing through fairly quickly. In fact, our models show that this should probably be out of here by the 8 o'clock hour.
Oh, so by the time the peak of the commute, perhaps maybe it'll start to die down a little bit.
Yeah, we're still going to be dealing with damp roadways, and there's the possibility for
for a hit or miss shower, but really nothing too organized. The heaviest rain actually pushing through the Bay Area right now, which is good news. A lot of folks aren't even up yet. A lot of folks aren't even out on the roads. But let's zoom in to see where the rain is currently falling. Let's take a look at conditions in your neighborhood. Danville, San Ramon actually dealing with the brunt of it. Interstate 680, that's where we're dealing rainfall, falling at a rate of about 1/4 inch per hour. Light rain right now. Viewers have been telling me about misty conditions for your ride along Highway 4, the Willow Pass right now, just contending with some sprinkles. Here in San Francisco, as we started the broadcast, we were dealing with moderate showers pushing through Pack Heights and North Beach, but right now we're just dealing with light rain. Take a look at the 880 corridor, your ride from Hayward into Union City. Looks like the rain is starting to pick up there, and at last check, we were just dealing with light sprinkles in the South Bay, but that rain certainly picking up for Sunnyvale, northern San Jose, even in the Cupertino area. The rain's still fairly light in San Mateo and Redwood City, and we're not seeing too much activity, just some sprinkles along the coast. So it really just depends on where you are. Like I mentioned, this is a quick moving system. We're not expecting too much rain out of it, at least not for the Bay Area. So as we take a wider view of satellite and radar, you'll notice not only is this affecting the Bay Area, but we've been dealing with heavy rain for Eureka, Ukiah. We're just talking about rain, not snow right now in the Sierra Nevada. Also dealing with some moderate to heavy rain down in Monterey, but most of this activity again will continue to push east. This is mainly a morning event. I don't think this is going to have much of an impact for your evening commute home. Let's take a look at your storm headline. So we have isolated showers that will continue throughout the day. It's going to be cloudy today. We're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine. The good news is we're dealing with less fog, so visibility really isn't a problem. Coastal breeze will continue, and urban areas talking about maybe 1/10 of an inch of rain. Not too much expected with this system, but for the higher elevations, we could see up to 1/2 inch for the North Bay. So that's something we're just going to have to wait and see. Here's a look at Storm Tracker 4 Futurecast. This is walking you through your day, timing it hour by hour. Into the 5 o'clock hour, you'll notice perhaps a dry break north of the Golden Gate Bridge, but heavy rain continues to push its way east, just contending with showers for the East Bay and the South Bay. And then as we put the clock into motion by 7 o'clock, looks like much of this activity really only affecting the Delta and the Livermore Valley. The rest of the Bay Area, though still dealing with wet roadways, looks like the rain isn't actively falling anymore. And again, this will continue to shift east. So we are looking at mainly dry conditions across the entire Bay Area by 8 o'clock this morning. Certainly good news for the morning commute as I take you through the rest of the day. Perhaps a spotty hit or miss shower north of the Golden Gate Bridge, but by 5 p.m. we're really not talking about much of anything, so you should be okay for your evening commute home. Keep an umbrella handy just in case. Here's a look at your 7-day around the bay forecast. High pressure quickly builds in over our region, so we should see drier weather, lots of sunshine, a bump in temperatures as we head into the weekend. Take a look at Saturday. Expected to be the warmest day of the week. Temperatures getting pretty close to 80, and then it looks like we'll be dealing with quiet, tranquil conditions as we head into early next week. And keep in mind, you can download our Cron 4 mobile app. We have a brand new one dedicated to the weather, and while you're there, send us your storm pictures. It's easy to submit, or you can shoot us an email to breakingnews@cron4.com.
What does that sound?
You know why? Because it's been so long, Dari. Yeah. We haven't seen significant rain in the Bay Area since early April. So this is the first early storm we're dealing with of the season, and it's bringing a healthy amount of rain. This is not going to be a drought buster, but we are talking upwards of 1/2 inch for the higher elevations. Now, you'll notice here on Storm Tracker 4, heaviest rain splits the Bay Area in half. In fact, the main frontal band hasn't even reached Mike yet, so it looks like rain could pick up in intensity as we head into the next 20 to 30 minutes. But starting things off with a look at Panola, looks like we are dealing with a cell bringing heavy rain to portions of the East Shore Freeway, light rain over the Richmond-Sanderfeld Bridge. It looks like the rain is starting to taper off. In fact, we're actually looking at San Francisco moving in the direction of drier conditions. So it looks like the rain is starting to exit the Sunset and Richmond districts. Heavy rain, however, crossing the bay. So this area of yellow indicates where we're seeing rainfall at a rate of about 1/4 inch per hour. So it's moving into Oakland, Alameda, San Leandro. That's going to affect your ride for both Interstate 580 and the Nimitz Freeway. Like I mentioned, San Francisco actually dealing with some light rain on the back end of that frontal band. And take a look at the Mid-Peninsula. Heavy rain for SFO, San Carlos, Redwood City. Still contending with light rain for the Palo Alto area. Although it looks like Sunnyvale and Cupertino is starting to dry out, we're actually seeing heavier rain move in the direction. Keep in mind this system continues to work its way east. In fact, we are picking up some rain for downtown Livermore right now, Pleasanton and the Dublin Grade. but it's not as intense as what we're seeing closer to Oakland and Alameda. As we focus on the wider picture, satellite and radar shows that this system is moving out of here within the next hour or so we could actually see some sunshine as we head into the afternoon. Looks like we are anticipating some showers for the Lake Tahoe area, but again, just a few isolated showers along the coastline for later on today for the rest of the Bay Area. Headlines show that this is mainly a morning event. When this is all said and done, we could see up to 1/4 of an inch for the San Francisco Bay, but keep in mind we are talking about healthier amounts for higher elevations. Now your 7-day around the Bay forecast holds on to a slim possibility of lingering showers into Friday, but past that, morning fog, afternoon sunshine, dry weather with high pressure returns as we head into early next week.